Hi there, Ashley here with We Make Systems Sexy. Thanks for joining today. We're going to be talking more about delegation and your SOP manual. I want to discuss how to save yourself 5 hours a week or more and still grow your business through delegation and an SOP manual. Okay, 5 hours a week. Let's talk about that because I really think that number is the minimum of what you can possibly save yourself by getting together an SOP manual and figuring out what you can delegate. So some people have asked, where do I start? How is this possible? And how can I save myself time? What I have seen from a lot of people, a lot of business owners that are at the point of hiring or have hired, but feel like they're kind of just stuck in this place like, yes, I've hired, but I feel like I've caused myself more work. This was not how this was supposed to be able to delegate work, right? What happens when you don't have an SOP manual in place, have SOPs created for your most common task, at least to start out with, is you find yourself in this perpetual circle of assigning a task to your new admin VA or whoever it might be that you've hired. And then it comes back around to you because they have questions and they don't understand the instructions that you just jotted down for them really quick, or the document that you threw together, or they can't find the document again because it's not in a place that makes sense or in a place that's organized, because we're doing everything out of necessity. When the moment comes, everything is on fire and nothing is planned out. Nothing is recorded. Nothing is documented the way that it should be for following an actual standard operating procedure. So let's chat about that. How can you delegate? Let's start off by talking about what to delegate. You might even be at the point where you really need to hire, but you're saying to yourself, I don't even know what I would give to someone else. I'm desperate for help, but what would I give them? Just start by thinking about the recurring task that you complete on a regular basis. I'm going to link my delegation exercise. So if you actually go, let's see, into my link tree on Instagram, it's right there, but we'll also get it linked in the comments to grab my delegation exercise because it's going to help you actually work through this process. So thinking about, what do you do on a daily basis? What do you do on a weekly basis? Bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually? We all have tasks that we are repeating. We might not even realize it because we're just on repeat ourselves. But once you really start to sit down and dissect those repeating tasks, those can be the first things that you hand off to someone else because you know how often you do them. You know what you have to do for those tasks, and it's not going to be a whole lot of guesswork. You don't need to be doing the person. You don't need to be the person doing those tasks. Let me say that correctly. You can have somebody come in and help you to actually take that off your workload. Now, thinking about those one-off tasks, maybe it's not a set recurrence, but it is something that you do with every client or, an every so often kind of task, right? So writing down what are those one-off kind of tasks. And then the other part of that is writing down what can be automated. And if you don't know what can be automated, reach out to me and we can actually work through that. We can have a consulting call and talk about what can be automated, because truly you need to start with what can be automated before being delegated. You will save yourself a lot of time and money by automating first and then seeing what can be delegated to a person. Because if the automation can do it for the person, you're saving yourself hours of paying somebody to do something that could just be done with an actual tech software, right? Okay, so you need to sit down, just document what those items are, your recurring tasks by the daily, by the monthly, by the quarterly, by the annually, etc. Those one-off kind of random tasks, throw them all onto that document, get your ideas together, and then start working on going through that list. And the next time you do that task, make a Loom recording. It's not that challenging. Just record yourself doing it when you're doing it. Store it into a folder, and then when the time comes, it can actually be documented as an actual document. Videos can be outdated really quickly, so it's important that a video is not your only form of an SOP. You need to have a written form that can easily be updated. So this is the way to get started on that path of creating your SOPs and your SOP manual. And the most simple way, especially if you're confused and sitting here like, how do I even get started? Start with a delegation exercise, document those things, then start ticking off on that list of items that you made. Every time you go to do that process, make that recording, dump it into a folder, label it, and then you're going to be ready to start actually documenting those things and hiring the person to take those items off of your plate. Let me know if you have any questions from today's chat about delegation and an SOP manual. And of course, if you need help trying to get this information together, or you just don't have the time or the brain space to create SOPs and an SOP manual, please reach out to us. SOPs are our specialty. My love language. I am one of those people. Reach out to us, shoot me a DM, ask how we can work together, and I would love to chat with you about that. Okay, that's it for today. See you next time.